everybody? It's Chris from the Evermore podcast, Newcastle podcast, and the Evermore YouTube channel. Just back with a post-match review of today's game where we faced Crystal Palace at St James's Park. It was a 0-0 game, which I still can't believe I'm saying out loud, given all the chances that we had to win that game and some of the controversy that ensued as well. So just kind of a quick video about that, really talk a little bit about it, give you my take on it. I'm sure very similar to everybody else's take on it as well. But just before we do a little bit of housekeeping, if you haven't already, please click that like and subscribe button. We'd love you to come and join us. But I think we're about 1,760 or something now. So we're so close to 1,800. Help us get over that line and smash the button. Hit the bell. You'll not miss any of the videos. So let's get stuck into it then. So this is how we lined up today at St James's Park. Just to put up the lineup there, you can see we were hoping that Bruno might have made this game. There was a lot of talk prior to the game. I think I said it in the pre-match preview that he looked like he had his boots on and everything else. But I think Eddie Howe was just being a bit smart with the players. I think Bruno said he was touch and go, maybe ASM as well. So he's maybe saved them for next week against West Ham. And boy, I think we'll probably will need them as well at this rate. But you can see we started with the same kind of back four that we've been accustomed to. Dan Burn missed out, unfortunately, given his brilliant performance against Liverpool. He dropped to the bench. So it was Nick Pope, Trippier as a captain's armband on, Fabian Schär, Botman, Matty Targett. The midfield three, which is Joe Linton, Willock, and Sean Longstaff. Then up front, we had Ryan Fraser, Miggy Almiron, and Alexander Isak was making his home debut. So we fancied it against Palace. We have got a decent record against them, as I think I said in the preview as well. And we started really well. We pressed them high. We were really dominant, I thought, throughout the whole first half. And I don't think I've ever seen a Newcastle United side have so many chances that just didn't go in the back of the net. I mean, the first kind of major chance, I suppose, falls to Alexander Isak. He looked good, he looked lively, he looked busy. You've got to remember he's only been here a couple of weeks, but he presses, I think it's Anderson at the back for Palace, he dispossesses him, he bears down on goal with just blistering pace, and we're all just thinking 1-0. He's going to slip that in one of the corners, he's going to roll it in, no problem at all. And I think this is a sign of Isak getting used to the Premier League. It's a different style of game. It's a different way that goalkeepers rush out or make themselves big. Maybe in La Liga, they go to ground a bit quicker. I think he was thinking the keeper was going to drop to the deck. He was just going to dink it over the top of him with a lovely little finish. I think he did a similar one against Barcelona for Sociedad just before we left. But obviously the keeper didn't do that. He kind of stayed upright a bit. And, he saves the shot in the end and nothing comes of it. Such a huge chance. We're absolutely gutted that, it doesn't go in. Obviously, Palace had a chance, a little bit after that as well. The big lad that plays for the number 14, I can't remember the guy's name now, but big French lad. Pope saves well off him. Steady enough save, easy enough save to make. But he makes the save. And Palace were restricted to quite, limited number of chances really in that first half. I thought Trippier was fantastic against Zaha. I thought he was all game really. There was little moments when Zaha picked the ball up. The fans are doing their best to wind him up, which I think our old Lee Forster said in the comments on Wednesday night. But Zaha seemed to be taking it quite well. He was just chuckling and he wasn't being too moany. There was a couple of moments he was, but I thought Trips was brilliant against him, using all that experience. He didn't get much change out of Trippier. So, the half went on and then the next big chance probably fell to, I think, Longstaff. Corner comes in, cracking header from Sean, to be fair. Really well saved by the keeper. Then a total goal line scramble. Then I think Sven Botman just knocks it over the bar with a deflection. But we were all over them, absolutely in the ascendancy, no doubt about that. Shortly after that, ball rolls out again, a bit of a ricochet. Miggy swings a leg at it, hits the post. And you're thinking, Jesus Christ, is this just not going to be our day or what? So then we're going to the second half, and I think the biggest talking point really about the second half was the disallowed goal. So we get a free kick. Trippier launches it in the box. I think it's Botman that wins it, and Joe Willock goes for the header, and the ball goes in the back of the net off a Palace player. We're thinking, 1-0 own goal. We'll take that. The way the first half was going. It then goes to VAR, and this is the bit I can't understand. But we're all looking at it. And on the replay, on the slowed down replay, it's Mitchell, the left back, shoves Joe Willock into their goalkeeper, who then goes down holding his face. And the goal is ruled out. Now this is a bit I can't get my head around at all. I don't understand this, right? As a football fan, just forget my black and white blinkers and everything else. As a football fan, if it's not a goal, it's a penalty because it's a foul. He shoved a player into the goalkeeper who was in an attacking position to score a goal. So if that's not a goal, that's a penalty kick. And if it's a penalty kick, we've got a chance to go in front in the game. The referee disallows the goal, calls it a foul, and then just moves on. I mean, it's quite possibly the worst refereeing decision I think I've seen in over a decade. I mean, the standard of referees in this Premier League right now are just getting worse and worse and worse. They're costing teams points, they're costing teams league positions. You know, these inept referees and officials on the sideline, they could get somebody relegated with these appalling decisions that they're making. They're going to the monitor, in looking at the monitor. If he was seeing what we were seeing, which was exactly what the image was in the monitor, it's so clear that Mitchell shoved Willock. So if it's not a goal, it's a penalty. And I don't understand how the referee comes up with that decision. I really hope he comes out after the game. This is straight after the game. I'm recording this, so I don't know if he has, but I really hope he comes out after the game and explains himself. And to be quite honest with you, the Premier League should just kick him out, and he shouldn't referee another top flight game for God knows how long, because that's an appalling decision. You know, and that decision is probably costing Newcastle United the points today. And it's really pissed me off and probably pissed a lot of fans off as well. I do not understand. The ref was stinking all game. He let loads of tackles go. There must have been about 11 fouls on Sean Longstaff. Sean Longstaff makes one late tackle and he gets a yellow card. Absolute bullshit by these referees. I just don't understand it. I mean, there's a lot of people going putting the conspiracy Roswell style theories on social media with all of the decisions that we've been screwed on over the last 6 or 7, 8 weeks or whatever it is. Of football, it's hard to ignore the noise, because there does seem to be the growing noise that there's an anti-Newcastle agenda. Obviously, we've seen the transfer window. We're going to get into that, this week's podcasts. But the decision making now as well, we seem to be getting just screwed out of massive decisions, and it's just absolutely abhorrent. I don't understand how these guys are so poor at the job. So the game goes on, we press on. We try to get the win. The kind of ball breaks, I think, to it's Joe Willock. It's a beautiful ball by Isak, is our last clear-cut chance. I think Edouard just gets through as well, wriggles a bit, and Nick Pope again saves brilliantly with a shin. I mean, 10 million quid for that guy, absolute snip. We're not going to even miss Dubravka, because this guy is superb. As long as he stays fit, we hope. He's England's number one, in my opinion. Another great save from Pope. Other end comes over, Isak with a beautiful pass through, slips it through. Joe Willock's there again. If this is the Joe Willock that we first signed, it's not even a thought. It's touch and bang, or it's even a bang first time. It's in the back of the net. But as much as Joe Willock has improved his overall game, it's come at the cost of his goal scoring prowess. It's completely gone. He just doesn't even look like he knows how to hit the back of the bag anymore. And I don't understand why that's happened. We're probably going to do a special on this to understand what the hell's happened to Joe Willock's game for all of these goals to dry up, because he's gone from being a naturally goal scoring midfielder to a guy that runs and works hard for the team but doesn't score any goals. And when he gets a chance, he doesn't take them. It was a cracking effort. He was literally like a Rizzler paper's width away from scoring. But it's a real concern about Joe Willock not getting these goals. When is that going to come back? Will it ever come back? He's a young player. Has he gone the other way? I don't know. But we're going to do a special on that. So keep tuning to the channel for that one as well. So it really does feel to me. I mean, I said this on Twitter. Some people are saying it just doesn't feel that way, but it feels like 2 points lost for me, because I think we were so dominant. We had so many chances. The decisions screwed us again, which is a really, really bitter pill to swallow. When you get just an incompetent decision like that's going to cost you a goal, is blatantly obvious as that. I cannot get my head around it. I really, really can't. So I feel a bit aggrieved. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same as well in the stadium, watching at home, watching all around the world. We feel a little bit aggrieved that we should have probably won that game. And, the longer it goes without getting that second win of the season, the more it just doesn't feel quite right. We've played so well, we've done so well, we've implemented our style on teams so well that we deserve another 3 points. And we've got a hard game next week coming up against West Ham, down at the London Stadium, and we really hope that Bruno and ASM are back for that. Possibly even Callum Wilson off the bench. Now, apparently, you're not allowed to ask that question on Twitter anymore. I saw the Twitter police out in force again. Chilling people for saying we were missing ASM and Bruno. And I'm sorry, but where do you draw the line for fans to give an opinion here? Of course, we're missing ASM and Bruno, the two of our best players. If you put them in, with all due respect, in the place of Sean Longstaff and Nick Yammer on a Ryan Fraser, we might win that game. We're possibly at 1 or 2-0 up in the first half. So come on, guys, back up a bit and just let people have an opinion, for fuck's sake. There's nothing wrong with saying that. We're not, what's that bloody Christian Bale movie? where you're not even allowed to equilibrium. That's the one I was scratching my memory back there. We're not living in equilibrium here, where you're not allowed to have an opinion about missing players anymore. I mean, Jesus wept. This is just going mental. This Twitter Illuminati police force, just let people give their opinion, for Christ's sake. I could go on all day about that, but I won't. I mean, one positive note for me, I think, in the game yet again was Elliot Anderson coming on. Miggy and Fraser run around a lot. Mickey was unlucky to hit the post. He possibly could have got a goal, but Fraser looked rusty as well. His touch was a bit wayward. I know he's missed a lot of football through injury and stuff like that, but it's disappointing that we didn't upgrade on these players in the transfer window. Yes, I know Eddie Howe said we tried potentially, and other clubs made it difficult, but you're looking off the bench, and you got Jacob Murphy still coming on. Loads of pace, but no brain, absolutely no brain. There was a couple of chances again today where he can't make a simple pass. But on the other side, Elliot Anderson, which was the bright spark again. The kid is quality. He just comes on. He does not look scared. He wants the ball, close control, drops a shoulder, beats a man. He presses to get the ball back, and every time you see him, he just looks better and better and better. And I suppose the question I'm probably going to be asking the podcast this week really is it time for Anderson to start ahead of Miggy or Fraser? If ASM is fit for West Ham, he goes straight back into the team. But does Miggy Almiron, does Elliot Anderson give you more end product? For me, does give you more end product. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, Miggy runs around and he works hard and everything, but he doesn't do anything else with it. So there may become a time here where you've got to start your better players first and try and get in front of games, and then bring on your runners and your workhorses afterwards to stay in the game, or to maybe run at tired legs and try and get yourself a third or fourth goal if you're 2-0 up, like we should have been today if we took these chances. But overall, like I say, it was a great performance. I'm not going to run the lads down. I'm certainly not going to dig out Alexander Isak for the chance. I think he's still getting used to the league. I think he's still getting used to the players. It was a massive day from home debut in front of those amazing fans, wore flags in attendance again. There was an Isak flag there. So I'm sure he wanted to do the best that he could. But, in hindsight, I bet if he could do it again, he would just roll into the corner. And I think that will come in the weeks to come. I think we'll see Isak taking those chances a lot more simpler. Callum Wilson's hopefully on the way back as well. So, games like this that we should have won with our better players on the park. Yes, I'm going to say it. I don't care if you don't like it or not. But, games like that we should have won, hopefully we will win going forward when these players are back. But they need to stay fit, because outside of the starting 11, our squad depth is weak. It is championship level. You look at that bench again today. Outside of Elliot Anderson, really, there's nobody that can come on and do anything. Chris Wood come on again. Useless in my opinion. I'm sorry, but, I don't see what he offers. He's too slow for the Premier League. I've seen the Shields Ferry turn quicker. I'm just, the more and more I see Wood, seems like a lovely bloke in that, but the more and more I see him, the more and more I think it's just not good enough. We should have went and got another striker potentially, or somebody who could play wide or up front to play ahead of Chris Wood. But, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm a bit disenchanted. I'm sure a lot of you are as well. I think it should have been a win with the level of chances that we had. And of course, if he didn't have, Mr. Magoo as the referee and running the line and looking at the VAR screen, then, we're probably looking at a 1-0 victory for Newcastle. And we say it was just deserved, over time. But as I mentioned at the start, if you like what we do, please remember to click that like and subscribe buttons, guys. We'd love to have you on board. We've got loads of content coming. We've got the 2 weekly pods every Monday with what's going on, every Wednesday with the Evermore podcast, where we chew through the fat of what's going on with Newcastle United. Then we do previews and reviews just like I've been doing here. So smash the button, come and join us. And if you want to follow us on the other socials as well, they're up there. You've got Twitter at evermore_NUFC, and Instagram is just evermore_NUFC. So this is Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team. We're Core United. Let's hope we get 3 points against West Ham, because we need to get over this feeling of disenchantment that we've had for these last 2 games, because it's been a hard pill to swallow. But have a good weekend, whatever you do, and have a few beers. Enjoy yourself, and we'll catch you later. Cheers.